Hey, my name is Evan Mulkey. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm 26 years old. Um, I guess a little bit about myself is, growing up in Columbus, I came from a really good family. My mom and dad today both have over 42 years of sobriety. I come from a really good family. I guess they say addiction and recovery and addiction comes in all different shapes and sizes. And, I never had drugs or alcohol in my household growing up. Was never around it, was never exposed to it. But I was always different, you know. Growing up through high school, I'd go to the parties. I'm a social person. I like to talk. I like to vibe with people. And I would always drink too much. I'd always be the guy passed out, throwing up, blacking out, not knowing what happened the next morning. And I always knew I was a little different. I partied a little too hard. I always took things a little too far. I was always a really good athlete too. And it kind of carried me through school. In Ohio, I was a state champion in wrestling. And that sport kind of guided me through, high school and my accomplishments. Later on, when I was 18 years old, I never identified myself as an addict, but I was drinking a lot. I was doing pills, Oxycontin, things like that. I was experimenting a little too heavily, and I had a scholarship for Division I college to go to wrestling. I ended up getting in an altercation with my wrestling coach. Ultimately, I lost my scholarship due to this altercation. Got kicked out of high school. It really set me back. It changed my entire life. It put me in a completely different path. I got really depressed. I got really upset with who I'd become. And since I lost that opportunity, I found an escape through drugs. Started hanging around the wrong people. Started doing the wrong things, with the wrong crowd. And eventually, one thing led to another, and I had Oxycontin carried into heroin. I had tried heroin for the first time when I was 18. I'm 26 now, so I've been doing it for over 7 years. I've been through every stage possible. I've been through a meth stage, I've been through a PCP stage, a heroin stage, ecstasy stage. I've dibbled and dabbled through every drug possible. And heroin was my true love, my true love at first sight, man. It grabbed me, and that was the one drug that I could never put down. And another drug that I've been doing since I've been about 14 years old is LSD. I've always been very open-minded. I've always been very spiritual. I've always been a little different than other people. I've always, looked at the stars and the moon and researched and, love astrology, and I love spirituality, and, I pray to higher beings, and LSD kind of gave me a new view on life. It kind of opened my mind to certain things, but like an addict does, and an addict will always do, you take every drug, to an extent. You take it too far, microdosing every day, that becomes a problem. So every drug I've ever done, my two favorites, LSD and heroin, I just took them too far. I came down to Florida. I've been down here for 9 months. Within these 9 months, I came down here to learn who I was, to learn how to live again, to find myself, to find what I like to do, what kind of person I want to be, to find happiness, to find peace. And since I've been down here, like they say in the program, the people, the places, and the things, I've ended up overdosing 3 different times. And the last time really opened up my eyes, made me aware of really what I was dealing with. A demonic, a terrible, an evil drug that will take your life, it'll take your friends, it'll take your family, it'll take everything from you. And I'm finally aware of this, and so I'm seeking help. I'm in a program now to learn how to live. I'm taking suggestions. I'm reading the books. I'm going to meetings. I'm really learning. And the thing is, the most important thing is about all of this is the spiritual connection. That's what I haven't gotten since I've been in Florida, is being connected with a higher power, a higher being, whether it's God, star people, the Mother Earth, whatever it is, any type of positive energy. If you can get connected and align your mind, body, and soul with a higher being and be spiritual, you'll get over this, I promise. You'll find peace, you'll find happiness, and you will not have to hide who you are and cover yourself up with these demonic drugs. So I wish everybody the best of luck. It works if you work it, and stay positive.